I think we are recording. It's just got the ... Does that mean we're recording? I don't know. Can't tell at the top.
Yeah.
It looks like we're recording.
Perfect.
So, welcome to Women Who Fights podcast. We empower female fighters to take full agency training. Our goal is to celebrate and inspire others with the incredible action women and allies are taking to level the playing field. We talk to experts, uncover prejudice, and champion what's driving our progress.
And today we have Elaine here with us, who is a well-known blue belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. She is 72 and she's a grandma of 7, if I'm not mistaken. She is an active Instagrammer and she regularly competes in BJJ. And people were so inspired and so amazed by that video that went viral. Did I forget anything, Elaine? Did I not mention something?
No, you're good.
Perfect. So, firstly, you are a very active Instagrammer. How do you find that? How are you enjoying the social media platforms and all that goes with it?
Well, my professor wanted me to start an Instagram, so I had to ask my granddaughter how to do it because I didn't know. So she put me on, and she is the one that gave me the moniker Jiu Jitsu Grandma. It's my granddaughter.
Okay.
And so every once in a while, I still call her and say, "How do I do this?" or "How do I do that?" Because I'm not really technically proficient, but I'm really having fun with Instagram. It's fun.
Oh, that's good.
Have you received any messages from what
fan mail?
Yeah, any fan messages yet?
Lots of fan mail. lot of messages. It's been great all over the world.
Really?
In languages I don't even know what language they're speaking.
That's amazing.
That's so good.
What do they do? What the ones that are in English? What do they say?
Well, most of them are, say that they're inspired because they're older and didn't think they could do it, and then they see me and they go, "Well, maybe 40's not that old." That sort of thing, and congratulating me on competitions where I get killed. I don't know what.
Elaine, how did you get into martial arts? How did you begin?
It was really strange. When I was about 20 years old, I took a short jiu-jitsu course while my husband was in graduate school.
Yeah.
But when we got back to Birmingham, nobody taught it. So 50 years later, I find out that a gym down the street teaches judo, which was what I was interested in. So I called and said, "Do you take old people?" And they said, "How old?" I said, 69. She said, "Well, let me ask my professor." So he said yes. And I showed up to the first judo class with teenage boys on one side and guys that looked like they played for the NFL on the other side, and me, little white hair. And I did that about a month. And then he said, "Why don't you try jiu-jitsu," which is the next mat over. He taught both. He's a black belt in both judo and jiu-jitsu.
Right.
So I would take judo one day and then take jiu-jitsu the next.
Okay.
And I finally started just staying with jiu-jitsu mostly.
Why was that? What was the attraction?
I can get further in jiu-jitsu. Really, judo is just, it's such a hard sport. There's no way for me to compete in judo. It helps with the jiu-jitsu though.
Yeah, massively.
Wow,
that's amazing.
And tell us about your life. Like, how did it lead you trying jiu-jitsu? It must be that you're active and that you're very, very sporty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that you had a sporty background, right?
Actually, I've never competed in sports ever, but I like challenges. I don't mind riding a very fractious horse or dealing with a difficult dog, or hey, I'm married to a German. That's a challenge. Don't tell him I said so. So
that's amazing.
So, it's just my brothers. I have 2 older brothers, And they did a lot of roughhousing with me when I was a kid, and I liked it.
Yeah.
So jiu-jitsu just fit right into that whole fighting. I want to fight somebody.
That's amazing. So what, because I think going into, so often with people, as people get older, I'm definitely slowly feeling this myself. Like you get more and more inclined to do things that you know, but do you know what I mean? Like when you're young, when you're like 10, you just kind of want to do loads of things. And then as you get older, you start going, no, I do that and I do that. And I think as you get older, people get increasingly set in their ways. Do you know what I mean? If that makes, if that makes sense. And you've kind of like thrown that right out the park. And I love it because that's what we all kind of want to emulate. We all want to be able to take on new challenges. So how come you have that capacity to just try something new, which is quite unusual?
I'm not sure. I mean, I've got hang gliding on my bucket list. I want to do it. I've already jumped out of an airplane when I was in my 20s. I love that, parachuting out of an airplane. So, and I would do it again, but nowadays they make you hook onto somebody, and I don't want to do that. I want to go by myself.
Oh my
and
God.
I don't know that
Oh, wow. You're an adrenaline junkie.
That's what it is.
There you are. That's what it is. So if I get this right, you love this before the competition. Or not?
Well, I don't want to say I love being nervous. I don't get overly nervous because I try not to overthink the competition. It doesn't do you any good to worry about it.
No.
Anyway, and once you step on the mat, all bets are off. You just got to do your thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're amazing, Elaine.
I prepare as much as I can. But when I know I'm fighting somebody that's 20 years younger than me or 25 pounds heavier, there's only so much I can do.
20 years younger than you.
Hold on. Let's ask you how to prepare for a competition. So how often do you train, first of all? Like in a week, how many days do you train?
I train 2 nights a week, and I try to hit a lunch class when I can.
Right.
So normally 3 times a week if I can, 2 to 3 times.
Right. And in your gym, who do you spar with?
Everybody. Teenage boys, the girls, the older guys. It doesn't matter. I spar with everybody. That's the fun of it. Come on.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, we're scared to roll with everybody.
There are some people I don't want.
You're like, not today.
I had a guy who weighed over 300 pounds. He was huge. And he said, I want to spar with Elaine. And everybody was looking at him. And he said, I'm not going to hurt her. So what he did is he laid down on his back and he said, get on. And I sat on his chest and my knees did not touch the ground. He was that big. And I said, well, he said, well, show me a good choke. I don't really have a favorite. He said, well, I'll show you one. So he showed me while I'm laying on top of this monster guy. It was so much fun.
Oh my
wow.
God.
So nice.
Oh my God. Perfect. And what's the feeling after training? Because like I'm going to talk about myself. I'm not going to talk about you. But yesterday, I felt rough on my back. How do you feel after training?
Rough on my back.
I am glad I'm feeling the same.
This issue.
Nothing changes.
Most of the time, it's hard to climb up the steps and ooze into my bed at night after class. But then in the morning, I'm okay.
Do you have anything that you do to make your body feel better?
My chiropractor suggested, excuse me, that I soak in a cup of apple cider vinegar in the bathtub, so that it relieves muscles better than Epsom salt. So that's what I do. It doesn't make you. I thought it would make me smell bad, but actually doesn't. It's
so a cup of apple cider vinegar.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I mean, so for one of my kind of the similar sort of question is like often as people you get older, you start getting stiffer and less mobile, and your body just doesn't recover as well. Like, how
No.
have you managed to stay so clearly physically fit and mobile when a lot of people your age would not be? They'd be other end of the spectrum.
I'm not sure I'm all that mobile either. I'm certainly not flexible at all. I just ignore it.
Okay.
Frankly, fight anyway.
Wow. Do you adapt your game? So do you say, all right, I'm gonna play on top more because my back hurts, so I'm not gonna be on my back?
I would rather be on top simply because I get squashed if I'm on the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
That
But,
never changes.
I don't really think about that when we're sparring or fighting at the gym. I'm just going all out as whatever I can do, I'm gonna do.
So, Elaine,
I had one.
go on.
I had a guy I was sparring with who was one of the, I guess, smaller guys in the gym, and I was doing my best to choke him. And when the bell rang, he said, "You know, you're really mean. I need to do that more." I said,
Do you spar all the rounds? Are you active in all the rounds?
sometimes I'll sit out if I'm tired. You know, if I'm breathing hard, I'll sit out one of the rounds and then pick up the next one. I do that occasionally. I do.
And do you do no gi as well, or just gi?
Just gi.
Just gi.
I don't have time to do no gi, and I don't think I'd look very good in a no gi.
Lycra everywhere.
Lycra everywhere. So you said you're training with everybody. How was the first? What was your first experience when you first stepped on the mat and you? Because when I brought a friend to see Jiu Jitsu for the first time, she was telling me, Marina, what is this? This is too touchy. Why are you doing this? So what was your first and I didn't like it for the first time. I was like, I'm not sure I like this.
I loved it.
I wasn't sure. I didn't like it really, really that much. But I gave it time. What was your experience?
I was in full out from the first time.
I mean, you jumped out of a plane. I'm not gonna.
I just jumped right in. And my favorite part was the end of the class when everybody's fighting. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, that's the best bit.
Yeah, that's the best time. I have a daughter who goes, I don't want anybody that close to me, but I don't mind.
Do you wrestle with anyone? Because I grew up wrestling my dad. Is there like, do you wrestle with your grandkids or like anyone around?
Not now. I wrestled with my brothers when I was younger, but no, it's jiu-jitsu's my go-to fighting team.
How come you haven't taught jiu-jitsu to your husband?
He tried it one time, but he has inner ear problems. And the first time they flipped him over, you know, did a sweep, he was sick for 2 weeks afterward.
Oh,
He
no.
can't do it. He
Ah,
can't do it. He's fit enough to do it by far, and he's certainly strong enough, but he looks the same as he did in high school, and that's when we started dating, quite
Oh my
frankly.
God, that's
Oh,
amazing. What do you do in your normal life, like outside of the gym?
Yeah.
What's your day?
How's your life? How does it look like?
Well, I'm a horseback rider. I live on a farm. I have a personal horse that I trail ride 3, 4, 5 hours at a time. We go out, we go camping, my friends and I, and we take our horses and we camp and ride for a few days. I just got back a few weeks ago from the latest camping trip. It was really fun.
Wow.
Does that help a lot with your leg strength?
I imagine that's also why you're so like sort of fit in like general fitness, because
it helps loosen my back when my back is tight. Riding, I have a gaited horse, and that rocking really loosens my back. And of course, you're hanging on with your legs. I don't come off my horse. I've only come off twice in the last 70 years because I started riding at 2.
oh my God.
So I can hang on a horse.
You can hang on. Then you can hang on to someone with a gi, can't you?
I remember being in the guards of a girl that is a horse rider, and I was like, "Oh yeah, you are a horse rider.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can
you
feel
must
it.
have-
I can feel it."
You must have such strong legs.
Yeah.
Well, you have strong hands too, because you're hanging on those reins the whole time. And my horse is 1,400 pounds. He's a big boy. When he gets upset, it's a lot of upset underneath you,
Ooh.
to hang on to. So.
Oh my God.
Have you ever got injured in jiu-jitsu or horse riding?
Not in horseback riding because I don't come off, but I have been injured in jiu-jitsu. I've hurt my shoulder once, and I had a hematoma on my leg. I got kicked in judo class, actually, and it came up the size of an egg. They had to cut it out.
They had to cut it out?
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't go down?
No, I had a competition coming up, and I wanted to fight, and I couldn't. It was too sore. So they just cut it open and got it out.
Oh God.
Unbelievable.
I didn't know you got hematomas out.
Oh God.
So what? So you spent your life riding horses, and which sounds amazing. Was that your job to sort of ride and do trails of?
No, I just I was a stay-at-home mom, so and I was always horse crazy. So we got a pony for the children when they were little, and then I got a horse, and so we all ride. Wow. My daughters have farms. The grandkids ride. They come over and trail ride with me, and we four-wheel. Do you know what a four-wheeler is?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So my grandson and I go out and four-wheel, and we broke his four-wheeler. We were going over 2 rough trails, and his tore up. And I also foster for a rescue. So I have a lot of extra dogs and cats and sometimes horses over here also.
They're all quiet now, though. Well done. What did you do?
Yes. I put them up.
Before, was it Panam's, the viral video? Panam's, wasn't it?
That what?
The viral video, was it on Panam's? What competition was it?
Yes.
Pan American. Yeah. So
the Pan Americans in Orlando was that last September, a month or two ago.
Wow. What did you do before that? What competitions have you done before that?
Well, I did the Master Worlds last year, and I fought four fights in 70 minutes. Oh, it was exhausting. I won one, I lost one, I tied 2. So wow. I came home with 2 silver medals. I was happy about that. And then I fought in Birmingham with a girl that was about 38. She killed me. But I fought 3 of those, and that was fun too, even though she was really good. And then I went to Mississippi not too long ago in the summer and fought a girl. She was a lot bigger than me too. But that was okay. I lasted about 1 minute and 30 seconds before she choked me out.
Oh my God.
That's longer than a lot of people last in fights, so it's fine.
How did you prepare for all of these?
Do what?
How did you prepare for all of these competitions?
I video every drill that they do in class because I can't remember. If I walk out the door, I'll go, what the heck did we just do?
I do that too.
Yeah, I think,
I video, and so I've got them on my phone in certain sections so I can go and watch the takedowns or the side controls or how to get out of side control. So I watch a lot of those, and then I practice at the gym with my professor and some of the other classmates. Not that it seems to do me any good. I step on the mat and it all goes right out my ears.
Yeah,
it's with experience though that comes. Like
I think also just doing it again. I'm sure it's the same as horse riding. You just or like riding a bike. You just eventually you just do it, and then you don't have to think.
That's right. You're exactly right.
So I think it's amazing that you're training, and because I just think so many people, as you say, use it as an excuse. Oh, I'm too old, and it's totally fine if the reason is that you just don't want to do it. But to blame it on your age, you just kind of throwing that away.
But jiu-jitsu is, you've got to like physical fighting, and most women, probably older women, don't.
No,
they don't. And that's the only reason I'm unusual is because I actually like it. at my age. But my friends who are very tough women, they're going, no, I'm not doing that. No.
That's how some of my friends are too.
Did martial arts change how you feel in your confidence level?
You know, I think, especially if I was in a tight situation, somebody coming after me or something, I think my brain would stay intact quick. I'm less likely to panic.
Yeah.
You know, because I know a few things I can do, self-defense things. And my gym does teach self-defense along with jiu-jitsu. So, and I have passed that on to my friends and grandkids too. These are a few things you can do if somebody grabs you, grabs your arm, grabs your neck, whatever, you know, that sort of thing. So in that way, that's really, yes, especially at my age. And I'm very small. I'm not a very big person. 5 feet, you know, 110.
Yeah. No, wow. That's yeah, self-defense. Like, I think a lot of, we all need to learn that. We all need to have some understanding.
Yes.
And the way you walk, like I've seen it for myself. The way I was walking before I started martial arts, and the way you walk with the confidence that you project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Who's there for you on the competition to coach you? Is your coach always there?
We have two. The man who owns the gym, Professor Khalifa Oliveira, he's our black belt. He teaches both judo and jiu-jitsu, and he's there a good bit of time teaching. But one of the main teachers is another black belt, Professor Pedro. And he's great. He's from Brazil also. And he teaches most of the morning classes and the lunch classes and quite a few of the night classes too. So I'm going to get usually one of those two are going to be teaching the class.
Right.
Amazing.
And they're great. They're very, very good.
So you said before you arrived and they were a bit nervous about teaching someone who was a bit older. Like, how did that change and develop? Like, how did you sort of, you know, how did you get them to sort of trust that you're like, no, I got this?
I'm not understanding start your question again. I didn't understand what you said.
You said before that you initially the professors were a bit nervous to teach you because you're a bit older, and so they're a bit like, I don't know, I'm worried about you getting hurt or something. How did you like change their mind? Like, what process? Oh, we've lost you.
Sorry.
Yeah, perfect. You're here. Yeah.
Oh no, there he goes.
Yeah.
Sorry. My phone is going down. They at first he was saying, don't throw her. Then after a while he'd say, well, you can throw her, but carefully. This is in judo.
Okay.
But after a while, he figured out I was into it. And so now he doesn't really the main thing in our gym is don't hurt the girls. That's sort of he runs a very tight gym. He expects everybody to behave, to be nice, have a good attitude, don't hurt the girls.
How many girls do you have in your gym?
Oh, quite a few. Now on some nights, you know, there won't be but 3 or 4 there, but sometimes we've had women's classes where there'd be 15 or more.
That's
in
lovely.
class.
That's
Yeah,
lovely.
it's good.
And the gym has a very safe environment for women to train.
It does.
How did they do that? How did they achieve that? Do you know?
Yeah, the professor said, you behave or else. It's pretty much the way it goes. He's very religious, and he just doesn't put up with any nonsense.
So
from the guys. That's just
there's no nastiness then from guys, because we've spoken to a couple of girls who said that they had really bad experiences in the gym, really inappropriate behavior. There's none of that.
No, absolutely not. He would not have it at all. That's for sure. So they're very respectful of the girls and each other.
That's one,
which is good.
Tell us about your mindset. Because you seem like a person that will not back down with challenges coming in the way. So tell us about your mindset. Have you always been like that, or did something change you to become who you are?
I've probably always been like that, but as I got older, I want to die early. Wait a minute, die young as late as possible. In other words, I want to be feeling young all the way into my later years. I don't want to become a little old lady that I am. It's just
you're definitely not. You're doing jiu-jitsu. You're definitely not a little old lady.
It's all in the mind, isn't it? I mean, you can get young people who think, act older or have an older mindset, and you can have the reverse, and it's sort of reflective in your energy. Like, you've got really vibrant energy. You so much like life and like joy, and it's really, really lovely. But then some people don't project that, maybe because they feel in a different.
If there was a little girl, a teenage girl now, and you would tell her to start jiu-jitsu, what reasons would you give her to do it?
For her self-confidence, self-control, defense, self-defense. And it's great exercise to me. And it's a nice way to meet a lot of nice people. I mean, I love the teenagers in our gym. They are so nice. They make me feel young. I step on the mat, I forget I'm old. I feel like I'm their age.
Oh,
so it's a sense of community then as well.
Yes, very, very much, very much.
This is amazing.
That's really lovely. And it is true, that's why so many people love training, other than the endorphins and adrenaline and the fighting. It's the community. And we forget that.
So if someone says, "Oh, Elaine, I'm too old for this," what would you say?
You're never too old to learn something new. I mean, really. Is that not the truth? It is. You got to keep your mind active, and judo is a mind game too. I mean, it's not only physical, it's mental. And at my age, that's important. Be learning something new and doing something new and exercising your brain as well as your body.
Absolutely.
I am so amazed.
I know, me too. I'm inspired.
Very, very. I think,
nice.
That's so great.
Lovely.
All right. Do you want to ask the last question?
Elaine, at the end of our podcasts, we always ask our question, which is, what are you fighting for? And this can be, we are women who fight. We fight for equality. We fight against injustices, prejudice that we see. What are you fighting for?
That's a very interesting question. I had to give that some thought. You
can have a minute.
I'm a very non-confrontational person. Mm-hmm. I'm a peacemaker in the family until I step on the mat. Then it all goes out the window. So, I fight really personally just because the joy of doing it. I'm not fighting for a cause. I'm not fighting for older people. I'm just fighting for myself. It's fun. I love it. Why not? I mean,
we want to see more videos of you.
Yeah.
Just make someone record you and post them, because we love watching you. Right? You get endorphins just from doing it. We get endorphins from watching you. So it's a win-win.
Thank you so much. I've so enjoyed talking to you girls.
Have a lovely, lovely day.
I'll do it.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.